Did you know that I was imprisoned for conspiring against Spanish rule? I am Josefa Ortiz de Domínguez, one of the forerunners of the Mexican independence movement. My voice and passion inspired leaders like Hidalgo and Allende. Despite facing betrayal and imprisonment, my spirit never broke. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I was born on the 19th of April of 1773 in Valladolid, today Morelia, in the Viceroyalty of New Spain. From a young age, I was always a curious and lively girl. My family belonged to the middle class, and although we weren't rich, I enjoyed certain privileges, such as receiving a decent education, which was not common for women of my time. As I grew up, I realized the injustices and inequalities that prevailed in our society, especially under Spanish rule. These feelings would accompany and guide me in my coming years. In my youth, I met Miguel Domínguez, with whom I got married and had 14 children. Our love was genuine, and we shared many common ideas, including our desire for a free Mexico. In addition to being my husband, Miguel was the corregidor of Querétaro, and together we got involved in revolutionary circles. Some of the most pleasant and exciting moments of my life occurred during those years, amidst loves, conspiracies, and the patriotic fervor that united us in our fight for an independent Mexico. One of my most outstanding achievements, which has resonated through the centuries, is my decisive role in the Querétaro conspiracy, which laid the foundations for the beginning of Mexico's fight for independence. At the time, Querétaro was a hotbed of revolutionary ideas, and our home became a central meeting point for those seeking to free Mexico from the Spanish yoke. Despite not having an official or military role, I used my influence and position to support and facilitate these meetings, connecting revolutionary leaders and providing resources for the movement. Along with my husband, Miguel Domínguez, we shared a secret. We were determined to end Spanish rule. Perhaps one of the most crucial moments was when the authorities discovered our plot and decided to arrest the conspirators. Although I was locked in my room by my husband to protect me and prevent me from spreading the news, I found a way to send a secret message to Ignacio Allende and Don Miguel Hidalgo in Dolores. This warning precipitated the famous Grito de Dolores, thus marking the beginning of independence. A curious fact is that, to alert the conspirators, I used the help of Ignacia, one of our loyal servants. She, undoubtedly, played a vital role in transmitting this urgent message. My courage and determination, in the midst of an environment dominated by men, and in a society that restricted the active participation of women in politics, have made me a symbol of female empowerment and resistance in the history of Mexico. Without weapons or armies, I showed that courage and conviction can be powerful forces in the fight for justice and freedom. After the turbulent years of the fight for independence, I lived under constant scrutiny and surveillance. Although I did not lose my life in battle, the struggle and betrayal left deep scars on my being. I was a victim of imprisonment and separation from my beloved family, experiences that marked my last years with sadness and melancholy. My last days were full of reflection and hope for a free and just Mexico, but also of some sadness at observing the persistent challenges of the newly born nation. I passed away on the 2nd of March of 1829, but my spirit and my legacy endure, like a beacon of light and resistance. An interesting fact is that despite adversity and suffering, I never gave up on my ideals and convictions. My love for Mexico and my desire to see it flourish as a sovereign and just nation were the driving forces that sustained my spirit until the end. Reflecting on my life, I am filled with pride to know that my participation in the fight for independence was not in vain. Although I faced betrayal, imprisonment, and separation from my loved ones, I contributed to igniting the spark that eventually led to the creation of an independent Mexico. My story is a testament that, even in the darkest times, hope, resistance, and love for the homeland can triumph. I say goodbye, but not before inviting you to subscribe and continue exploring more videos about other people who, like me, have been fundamental in history. And remember, comment, which other important people would you like to learn about their life?